And that officer killed yesterday on his way to work. And it's really just been a deadly week for local law enforcement all across the U.S. At least 12 police officers have been shot since Monday. 6 of them died. Mike Brown joins me now. Mike is a former police officer, current firearms instructor, and criminal justice lecturer. Mike, thank you for being here. This is such a tragic week for so many families, certainly for law enforcement. 12 officers shot since Monday. What is happening here?
Well, we are entering the age and stage of lawlessness in America. The lack of the conversation that needs to happen, that has not been happening, where a bridge needs to be built, in essence, between the communities and law enforcement. There's a lot of things that's not being said. It's very sad what happened in Raleigh, but I've said it before, like I've said it on other media outlets. If we don't embrace these children, if we don't start to talk about childhood trauma, if we don't start to talk about a lot of the motivators that incense people who are often forgotten to actually address that trauma, I hate to say this, but this is not going to be the end. I'm disheartened by this.
Well, it is certainly because, we've had you on before to talk about a tragic event, and you talk about building the bridges. What is the solution here, or where is the start of a solution? Because I know it's so complicated.
Well, it is very complicated. And, you're going to see, this is what you're going to see in the future. You're going to see, like we've always seen, the thoughts and prayers. And I'm not, thinking that the thoughts and prayers are not very sincere. There are, but we're going to see more, laws that's going to try to attack the actual tool instead of looking at the people behind the tool. Police are being attacked. And I'm not surprised by that, too. We predicted something like this would occur. But if we're not dealing with the one common denominator, and that's humans, every person, including the shooter, and I'm going to be that person that's going to step out the box and say that there's trauma there, and these innocent victims did not deserve this, but often they are the punching bags for a lot of people in trauma. And so we've got to find a solution that is the road less traveled, and just dealing with humans and the trauma.
Well, and the fact you say that, you keep saying humans, and it's so important to just say that, because are we becoming desensitized as a society to this?
Well, you know what? Desensitized is one way to look at it, but it's apolitical to actually talk to humans about their trauma, because if you think about it, we're looking to our politicians, our elected officials, to find a way to bridge this gap, and the tool, which is the firearm or knife or anything, those things can't vote. But when you start talking about, humans and what we need to do to address trauma and stop child abuse. I had a video that went viral dealing with child abuse, and I got attacked so much for stopping a beautiful young lady who came into my office and then hit her child, calling it discipline. And as an advocate for abused children, you saw what the Florida jury did with Robert, with the gentleman. I don't want to call him a gentleman. Maybe that's using that term loosely, but the young man who went into the Florida school and shot up those people. Does he deserve death or not? I leave that to you to decide. But he had trauma too. Robert Crimo had trauma. Eric Harrison, Dylan Klebo, they had trauma too. And politicians will not address that because now it's affecting how we keep our jobs. And so that's the problem. That's the road less traveled.
As always, uncensored. Mike Brown, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.